throwing around these these magnum spoons. This one isn't a magnum spoon, but it's one of the bigger ones I use. The Ben Parker, like the giant, very heavy spoon, stuff like that. Use it for Carolina rigs, just heavier baits, umbrella rigs in the wintertime. I use it for all my Alabama rigs. What's up guys, Kendall Arnold here with a video on how long do KastKing reels last. So I got my first KastKing reel almost 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years on December 9th, as you can see in this video right here. I unboxed it. It was one of my very first YouTube videos, and it was one of my favorite ones to film. I was super excited about it. That reel was the KastKing Royal Legend, not the Royal Legend Elite that we all know and love now, but the original Royal Legend. And I still have this reel today, and I still very heavily use it. So this is pretty early on whenever KastKing got started. They come out with this reel, they had the BX1000, stuff like that. This is a little bit later of a reel, and it has been one of my favorites. Like I said, I still use it today, throwing around these these magnum spoons. This one isn't a magnum spoon, but it's one of the bigger ones I use. The Ben Parker, like the giant, very heavy spoon, stuff like that. Use it for Carolina rigs, just heavier baits, umbrella rigs in the wintertime. I use it for all my Alabama rigs, stuff like that. This right now it's on a big swim bait rod. I've been throwing around a lot of big swim baits with it, and I've been consistently doing this for almost 4 years now with this reel. It started out for flipping, flipping bushes on Kentucky Lake's a very popular thing. That's where I live, on the Tennessee River system, so I'm constantly flipping day after day after day, cast after cast, and that's rough on a reel. That's really rough on one. And oddly enough, I have never done any sort of maintenance to this reel whatsoever. It is just the way that it came. I've never oiled it, I've never greased it, I've never done anything to it, mainly because I wanted to see what it could withstand. Back in the day, a cheap reel was kind of unheard of, and to actually see one and have one, I wanted to just put it through the ringer, you know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to test this thing. And 3 years down the road, as you can see, the paint's wore off of it. I've used it so heavily. It still casts like a dream. Like I said, I've been using it on these big baits. It's winched in a ton of fish, from big bass on frogs and such like that. A big fish on this spoon like I've got right here, and just a little bit of everything. I've used it to snag Asian carp. Big buffalo carp was one of the first tests that this reel ever got. And it withstood it. I mean, it did it absolutely perfectly. So 3 years down the road, I'm still using this thing, just like I'm using all of my KastKing reels. I haven't actually had a problem out of any of them. They're all still going really strong with no maintenance whatsoever.